Welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. So today's video is going to be very important, and I hope you guys will learn or understand something very important, which you must take care while you are coding or writing code for file upload feature for your web application. And in this video, we are going to explore that how an attacker can convert that file upload feature into an attack vector or an attack surface and exploit it. So you might have seen, and we all know that uploading a file or uploading an image as your in your post and as your DP, all these features are very common with the web applications and mobile applications as well. So in this video, in this section, we will see how an attacker can exploit and leverage this functionality to convert it into the attack vector. Before going to the lab, this warning as always for you, this video and its contents are only for educational purpose and I do not support any unethical or illegal act. So that's been said, the first question arises that um, how this vulnerability occur, why this vulnerability arises, and how attacker leverage all these vulnerabilities and get into your system. So this is going to be very horrible because that could be a way with which an attacker can compromise your whole network. And a lot of times in real world scenario, even I analyze many attacks. So hackers get into your network from that way like rats and even compromise the whole domain infrastructure. Even they reach up to the active directory, and in few cases I saw that they even compromise the whole active directory server and domain controller. So they got every user information, all the hashes they got, and even in the post exploit they reaches up to the post exploitations, and with the help of mimikatz and other tools they got the hashes even. So that's a different part. I will not go deeper into that, but that is you can say a gateway from which an attacker can come into your network, and then they can pivot in your local network, which is even not accessible from the outside world or from the internet. But once they get into your network in your web server, and your web server is in your network, so they can pivot, they can scan from your server to rest of your network. So that's why this is very dangerous. So let's see what we have today. But first thing, as I mentioned, why this vulnerability occurred. File upload vulnerabilities occur when a web server allows users or clients to upload files to its file system. So what do you think when you upload a file or a photo or any document, where it goes? So there are two things or two places. First, either your web application is using a third party service like Amazon buckets or cloud, okay, any kind of cloud, or your web server is actually saving all those files in its own storage. Or sometimes in big scenarios, what happened that there is a file server, so all your images, all your documents, web server save it to another server or another storage which is not physically installed in that server. But even though once that file or a malicious file or arbitrary file is uploaded, once it's executed, it is going to execute on your server. So I'm not going to the cloud infrastructure or cloud exploitation because this is a bit different way to exploit that. But I'm talking about the classic infrastructure where your web server actually store all the documents, whatever you uploaded in its own storage. The problem is that your web server actually, first of all, allows client to upload the file, and that must be, otherwise, who will gonna upload files? But the matter is, without sufficiently validating things like the file name, file type, contents, right? So a lot of time there are restrictions like you can only upload JPG file or PDF file, okay, and you can only upload 1 MB or 5 MB file. You cannot upload file more than 5 MB. These are the common restrictions. So let's go and see what we have today. So as you can see here, just let me once make it refresh. So this lab I took from the Web Security Academy from the course figure, and this is a new module added with the Web Security Academy, that is file upload vulnerabilities. So you can also go and access these labs, and you can read more there because there is tons of contents. So I cannot explain everything in this video. You can go and check it out and learn and understand how you can mitigate these kind of vulnerabilities in your infrastructure. Fine. So as you can see here, that this is your server, and that server gives its client a feature with which the client can actually upload image file or PDF file or any document file, right? But there is no validation from the server end. So whatever they upload, it is going to upload on the storage of the server. So now suppose that the web application you created, it's built up on PHP. So what happened, because your application knows PHP, so attacker can leverage that part because he knows that your application knows PHP, and there are a lot of way to run or to execute commands or read files through the PHP. Fine, so that attacker will create a file. From that he can actually execute commands or read the files in your system or on that server. So we will see that in a minute, what kind of file and how an attacker can read all the things. So that's been said, let's go to the lab. So here you can see remote code execution via web shell upload. So we are going to upload a web shell, and through that web shell we can execute the commands. So this lab contains a vulnerable image upload function. So there is, in this application you will find an image upload function, but that function is actually vulnerable. So it does not perform any validation on the files user upload before storing them on the server file system. To solve the lab, upload a basic PHP web shell and use it to exfiltrate the content of the file home/carlos/secret. Because this is a lab, so they just maybe restrict up to that, but this is going to give you a brief idea how that works, right? So we need to actually run some commands, or in any way we with the PHP code, because this application is built on PHP. So in any way with the PHP, we will upload a file, and through that file we will execute some commands or get the content of this file. So submit the secret using the button provided in the lab. So here, once you get the hashes, you can go and actually submit here your answer. Fine. So let's see. So you can log in into your own account using the following credentials: Wiener and Peter. This is the username and this is going to be your password. So let's go and do this. I have already opened up the burp suite, so I'm just going to enable the burp suite proxy on my browser. Go to my account and just log in with WIENER, username Wiener, and password is Peter. Okay. Now, as you can see here, you can actually upload your image or any image, right? So let's go and see that. So I'm going to upload this mountains.jpg and just upload it. And as you can see, the file avatars/mountains.jpg has been uploaded. So back to my account, and I can see the image, right? Okay. Now I want to analyze this request with the burp proxy. Go to the, because all the because intercept is off and all the requests are captured here. So I go here and this is the post request where I actually upload the image. So come here, and this is the post request, this is the path. Okay, now first thing that is very important to understand, and that is content type, because how the server will know that which kind of file you are going to upload. So once you upload the file, uh, that file type is gonna written in the content type in the header. So as you can see here, the content type is image slash jpeg. In that way, the server will know, okay, the client has uploaded a jpeg file. Now, in case if you restrict, or while writing your code, you restrict that, okay, client can only upload the JPEG file. So you have to work with that. In that case, what happened whenever a request is generated with, suppose that slash PDF, so the server will see that, okay, content type is PDF, but I am not allowed to let client upload the PDF file. So I will not upload that file, and I will give the error to the client. Okay, you cannot upload PDF file, only JPEG files are allowed to upload, something like this, right? Okay, but this is another part. In the next lab we will see something like this. Fine. So as you can see, we can upload successfully, but in this lab, because this is the first lab and there is no restriction, so we can upload anything as we want. So I go here and I want to create a file, nano shell.php, and I want to write some code to actually execute command via PHP. Sorry. So PHP system and get, and this is gonna be the parameter name. Fine. So that's it. Uh, okay, let's save this file. So cat shell.php, and as you can see, this is gonna be the content of the file. Now I'm going back to the image upload feature, browse the image and shell.php, and this time I'm going to intercept the request. So intercept is on, and why not we can see both of these windows at the same time. Fine. So come back here, shell.php, as you can see, uh, just upload it. So once you hit upload, you can capture the request on air, and as you can see, this is going to be the post request. And this time, if you see the content type, so it's automatically detected that this file is PHP file, so application slash xphp, and in that way server will know, okay, the client is going to, or the user is going to upload a PHP file. But there is no restrictions in this lab, so uh, hopefully we are going to upload this, make forward, and you can see here uh, the file authors slash shell.php has been uploaded. So back to uh, okay, intercept is off now, because the file is not jpeg or jpg, so we are not going to see any picture here. But let's go and view image. So once we view image, we can see shell.php is there, but what we write in shell.php, uh, we write a parameter, and the parameter name is cmd, and with the cmd, if I write id, so that should gonna work, slash home slash carlos slash secret. So let's go and change code a bit. So nano and shell.php, come here, because the purpose is to actually read the file content. So I'm gonna use include, and inside include, very simple, you can have slash home slash Carlos slash secret. That's it. Save it and let's go and upload it again. So this time I'm not gonna capture the request. Just go back, uh, back, yeah. So browse image, shell.php, upload, and upload successfully. Now go back and just reload the image, sorry, view the image so that we get the image file. And as you can see, we got the uh, hash of the Carlos user. So what actually we did here, we need to understand that. So whenever I'm going to access the PHP file, it is gonna include the content of secret. We can also use other functions like get file content instead of include, and we can get content of include. Let's see what we can do else. Maybe we don't have permission to actually do this because this is the system file, and I think if they created the lab, so they will not permit you to do this because they make some validations so that you can only read that file. Rest of the thing you cannot read, but just to show you, um, I'm gonna do this. So let's go back here, back, go to the, I save it or not, just save it, okay, and again upload the same file, back and view image. Oh, that's fantastic. So as you can see, we actually got the etc password content of the password file, and you can see here there is Carlos user, there is one user named as user, and where is winner user? There is no winner user anyways, but we have bunch of information. So in that way we can actually read a lot of system file, okay, and we can execute the commands also. Let's try one more thing. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna say echo system, and instead of putting the parameter, I am going to try execute the command directly. So who am I, and save it, and let's go back here, back, browsing shell.php, and upload it again, go back and view image. We got the remote code execution because who am I command is used for sorry, very sorry, because who am I command is used to see who am I, means which user I am. So if I say who am I here, you can say I am root, and here you can see Carlos. So in that way you can do much more things. Instead of who am I, save it, go back, upload it again, uh, upload, go back, view image, and yeah, we can run id command also. So anyway, this is what I wanted to show you, that sometime that file upload feature is gonna be very dangerous. So whenever you are writing code for this feature, please put validation in a well-mannered way so that you cannot get in trouble with this vulnerability. That's it for this video. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video. Bye.